Today, we're going to talk about release from the last day of a reserve block if the reserve has not been called out for an assignment. The CBA language can be found in section 8E6A, which states in part, an unassigned reserve will be released unless assigned during the first 7 hours of his RAP. In this example, the pilot on a PM reserve is released at 18:30 Herb time on April 7th because there was no reserve assignment on his last day. This early release can be seen on the pilot's board by a truncated reserve block on the last day. This is compared to the initial RAP as displayed on the RAP block starting on the 11th as displayed here. Note the difference in release times if you look at the block of reserve days. You do not need to call crew scheduling to be released after 7 hours on the last day of reserve if you haven't been given an assignment. While SWAPA believes an automated process would be more suitable, the company's current method of changing your CWA reserve block to reflect the earlier release is a manual process. Sometimes crew scheduling even takes a few hours after your release to make this change in the CWA display, and we have seen instances where they completely miss this step. This has no effect on your actual release or your legality for open time trips on the day after your RAP. There is no need to call to have the display fixed, as you are automatically released if unassigned after 7 hours on the last day of a RAP, no matter what is displayed on your CWA screen. Do keep in mind, though, if a reserve has been called out for an assignment on the last day of the block, the 7-hour limitation does not apply. However, if you are called out for an assignment, the other rules in section 8E6 specific to the last day of a reserve block still apply. So be sure to check those out the next time you're trying to pass the time while sitting reserve.